Guys, idling behind me is actually the truck of my dreams. First of all, before getting into it, I want to tell you guys that it wouldn't be possible without you, all your support, all the subscribers. Man, I really appreciate it. It also wouldn't be possible without Olivier Ford. They hooked me up with this thing for a real good price. Untouchable, unbeatable. It's the only reason I was able to get this truck. This truck is a 2020 F450. It's got over 1,000 foot-pounds of torque. It's got 10 speeds, a 10-speed transmission that is working very nice. Man, this is beautiful. It's a 2020 F450 King Ranch. So it's got the ultimate package. It's got the nice headlights, the fancy seats. This thing is gonna look real good towing that PJ 44 foot. But yeah, this is pretty much the introduction. So without further ado, here she is. This truck is the real deal. This is the truck we were waiting for like 5 months. So it finally happened. We finally got everything lined up, finally figured out a way to get it. We got it. This thing has already been put to work. So let me start off by saying that this is my dream truck. The King Ranch is always something I've wanted. When I was younger, when I was like 15, 16, I was looking for a Power Stroke. That's when I first started to really get into them. I knew I always wanted one since my uncle let me drive his 7.3. We drive his 7.3 and man, after that I just fell in love with them. They're so comfortable, they're nice to drive. Oh yeah, when I was looking for my own, I was looking for like a 2006, 2007 6-liter, and man, I just loved the King Ranch. The King Ranch, I was always a fan of it, what it stands for. It represents hardworking people. I was never a big fan of leather, but if I was going to get leather, it was going to be King Ranch. It had to be. There was no other option. I was always a huge fan of the King Ranch brand, and we finally got one. It's rated for something silly, around 35,000 pound towing. It'll tow every bit of it. The 10-speed, it's not perfect, but it's definitely miles ahead of the 6-speed, and we'll get into that in more of a review. This is just like a reveal and explaining everything. So Olivier Ford made this possible. They're in St. Hubert in like the Montreal area, and yeah, so Antoine, he messaged me, hit me up. He said, "Hey, do you want a 2020?" And I was like, "Hell yeah, I want a 2020. Who wouldn't want a 2020?" And he said, "Well, fuck it, let's order you a 2020." So that's what we did. That was back in like October, November, I think. It got in like February, March, right as the COVID thing hit. And then, so that was a complication. And then I actually managed to, we said, okay, let's do the deal. I was all ready to go. And then there were more complications. And then everything was just complicated, but then we got it. So that was the whole story. If it wasn't for them, this is kind of like a sponsorship deal. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be driving this. I definitely wouldn't be driving a King Ranch. That is for damn well sure. I do not belong in this thing. Don't worry, guys, at heart I am still a peasant. The XLT is still basically all I should be driving. The F450 part, I'm super glad to have it because, well, I'm sick of wearing out the little rubber band tires on the 350s and 250s. Just don't work. You gotta get the 19.5s or the 22.5s. You need that extra half-inch on that wheel. God, I can't wait to tell you guys about it. The 10-speed, like, just here's some clips of it hauling. It is absolutely amazing. So in these videos, we're just going up and down some hills, nothing crazy. It's towing about 12,000 pounds, something like that. The engine brake is working better than it was on the 2017, and going uphill, it is nice having the bigger selection of gears. So just a quick introduction to the 10-speed, because for me this was the biggest thing. The 10-speed, it's like a 6-speed cut in two. So you got your first 3 gears, which are still pretty high. They're higher than I would like, but they get the job done. You're not leaning on the torque converter as much. So the first 3 gears, and then you got fourth, fifth, and sixth, which are pretty close together. They shift pretty close. And then you got your overdrive gears, which to me is like 7, 8, and 9. So those are your last 3 from the 6-speed. It's very similar gearing. And then the 10th gear drops it by 200 RPM over 9th gear. It doesn't do much. Holy shit. That is an engine brake. But I guess it's good they put that extra speed in there. Just 10 speed sounds better than 9 speed. That's the only thing I can get of it. We're about to head her up one of the biggest hills that I know. This thing's super steep. I think it's an 18%. Let's see how she goes. Okay, we're doing this with absolutely no speed, so this should be interesting. Fourth. It's taking its time downshifting. Yeah, 10 speed, I'll take it. 9 speed would have been fine, but I mean, an extra 200 RPMs lower is great. If I were to gear it, I would have had the first 3 gears super low, and then the next 3 gears a bit further apart, and then the last 3 gears, overdrive gears, whatever, but then the 10th one I would have had it drop by 400 or 500 RPM, just for that really nice highway efficiency. Because this truck, even towing 20,000, can cruise along at 1700 RPM, no problem. But I'm not going to complain too much. Just hopefully it's reliable. It shifts a bit harder in some scenarios than the 6-speed, but we're going to see. We're going to see. My plan is I'd like to put a shit ton of kilometers on this thing, really see how it's going to hold up. Guys, as you know, it's going to get the hardest use possible with me. I'm going to take care of it a bit more. Hopefully less stupid shit is going to happen. Just hopefully it doesn't end up looking like the other one. But my 2017 F450 with 200,000 kilometers on it has been one hell of a beast powertrain-wise. It has not given me any trouble despite towing 30 grand or 30,000 pounds all the time. Hopefully this one can follow suit. I'll just show you guys the interior, and I hope you guys like this thing. It was hella expensive. In the introductory video, I wanted to explain that no, I don't run hubcaps. I have the hubcaps for both of my trucks. They're actually at home, still in the packaging. It's kind of a shame because the hubcaps for this truck are absolutely gorgeous. They have the King Ranch logo on them. They are actually beautiful. But I'm going to be putting those little tags on the lug nuts that show you if they're turned or not. So that's the big reason. It's part of pre-trip. You're supposed to check your lug nuts. And obviously, nice King Ranch hubcaps. Super easy to steal. You can have all of them in like 30 seconds. So, sorry guys, if you're a big fanatic, if you got a tailgate fetish, If you have a thing for tailgates, the tailgate's gone. It's unfortunate, but for what I do, it's just better not having the tailgate. The big reason I don't run a tailgate is because the rocks, they're bouncing off the gooseneck trailers all the time, and it'll really mess up the paint. And on my F350, that's max, on the F350, it just like dented the shit out of it first thing. So anyways, that's gone. It's nice when you have the gooseneck attached, you cannot step. It's like hard to get on the in the bed with this. You just got a nice little step here. You step here and up into the bed. It's easier to get in, and you don't have to worry about opening it and closing it when you're back into the trailer. Yeah, super awesome. These taillights, I'm gonna have to get covers for them. Gonna have to do something, wrap it, whatever. These are like 800 a piece. Pretty cool though. They can look around corners when you're backing out, and they can check your trailer blind spot as well. These are kind of sick, to be honest. I got the kit, the ball kit. Now on the F350, that ended up stuck in the bed. The plastic was fused to the metal. It's gonna have to be chipped out. So what I've been doing, I've been taking them out, in and out. So hopefully as it wears down, it won't end up stuck. So I'll be able to take it out whenever I want. Got the FX4 package, which means we got Rancho shocks. We got a skid plate underneath the DEF and the fuel tank. More than we can say about the Chevys. And actually, these don't even look like Rancho shocks. I don't know what in the hell those are. That and it's got the hill descent control, which I actually enjoy that quite a bit. Going down hills because I'm fucking lazy. Okay, check this out. Beautiful blacked out headlights inside. You guys saw in the intro video, all this lights up, super nice. I'm kind of just speechless, guys. Come check out the seats. But look at these beautiful King Ranch seats. Hopefully in the computer, in the color grade, I can get these the right color. But these are a nice thick real leather. I believe it's polyurethane coated, so it's not going to be too hard to take care of. Not like the old King Ranch, not like the old saddle leather. Part of me is kind of sad it doesn't come with the saddle leather anymore, but I mean, it is a work truck. It would be a lot to take care of. Also got some leather conditioner, or not conditioner, leather cleaner, because conditioner doesn't work on coated leather. Check this out. Got a rigid E-Series light bar, courtesy of a all-wheel drive in Goose Bay. So it's got leather, massaging, heated, cooled seats. It's got adaptive cruise control, which is cool. It's just got everything. It's got every feature you can get in a truck from Ford, except for the automatic running boards. It doesn't have that, and it doesn't have that. It doesn't have that simply because they don't work in Labrador. They're just gonna end up getting destroyed. They're gonna get clogged up with dirt, salt, stuff like that. It's nice in the city on the pavement and stuff, but where I'm off road a lot, it's technically a highway, but where the highway is shit, then the less moving parts outside the vehicle, the better. So that's her. That is her, guys. So I will be doing a whole video on this truck. I'll be talking about what I do like, what I don't like. There's not a whole lot I don't like, but there's just stupid little annoyances. So I'm gonna be going through all of that, talking about the 10-speed. There's a lot of shit to talk about on this truck. It's a whole lot different from what I'm used to. So we're gonna have some fun with it. But really what I wanted this video to be about is really how I got here, how I got this truck. Like I already talked about how the King Ranch was kind of always the dream truck. I didn't really care what it was, whether it was a 2016 or a brand new one. If I was gonna get leather, I wanted the King Ranch, because even though it's fake leather these days, it still has some heritage behind it, and the leather that's in there still kind of means something. I like that. Not that I could fucking work down in Texas or something. That shit's way too hot for me. How I got here, it's a long story. So the big thing I've noticed, and I'm not someone to take advice from, we've learned that from videos in the past, you just kind of got to choose one thing and stick with it. For me, it's always been these trucks. I've always wanted the diesel trucks. I've friggin' loved the Power Strokes, always did. Just that V8 diesel. Ford, I mean, we've had Ford since 2009. We've wanted one since 2006. My dogs, get stick. Oh. They treated us well. My father's, like our first Ford vehicle, my father's 2009, F450, still rolling at 210,000 kilometers. Hard kilometers, towing over the limit, gravel roads, water, been stuck in mud, the works. The thing just hasn't let us down. That was always it. And then when I drove my uncle's 250, I just fell in love with them. Not long after I had my own truck. Now I wanted a cheaper one. My father wanted me to get something with warranty. That's where I ended up with the F250, the 6.7, and then we had this gig with Muskrat Falls, the whole thing, made a ton of money, and that's how I was able to start, and by a ton I mean like 30 grand in 3 or 4 months, and that's how I was able to start my transport company. So I basically went into St. John's, zero money to my name, just spent it all on a trailer, already had the truck, and I literally installed a gooseneck hitch in St. John's at an Action warehouse. That dump truck load that I had, that dump truck job, on that dump truck, that was the first thing I took. That was my first load ever. So before I started the transport thing, and the transport thing did well, it was an idea I had. I don't know where the hell it came from, but I knew I loved driving these trucks. And I saw that there were trailers, huge trailers that you can pull with these things, which would allow you to make money with them. So that would be my excuse to drive this all the time. So that turned out good. And then before that, like, there's lots of little businesses you can do around the things you love, especially if it's trucks. You can start, like I started a YouTube channel. My first video that did well, I literally cold started my truck after I deleted it. It got 70,000 views, and that's what got me into that. I said, okay, people are interested in this. Now I'm also doing stuff like I'm making those paddle shifters for you guys. I'm making a whole bunch of like stuff. I've got ideas for little accessories, like simple plastic accessories that you can, so I'm making these accessories that you can put on these trucks to make them, you know, easier to use, like the paddle shifters. All you got to do is pick your one thing. If you love boats, like, start building a career around boats, start getting experience, you know, start coming up with business ideas, build a brand, stuff like that. If you like planes, same thing. Maybe you can start a plane charter company. There's so many things you can do. There's so many services, and whether that is cleaning them. Like, if I had no other skills, if I could do absolutely nothing, if I was basically like handicapped in every way possible, and I felt like I couldn't do anything, then I would grab a microfiber cloth, a couple buckets, and some soap, and I would go around washing these things if that's all I could do. And that's really how you get started. Basically, that's what I wanted to say. This is how I got my dream truck at 22. I just devoted all my energy to one thing. As much as I love four-wheeling and snowmobiling, I just couldn't find my groove there. But when I found these trucks and I started working towards that, it really just clicked. So that's how I ended up with a sponsorship that would allow me to have a truck like this. That's how I ended up with all of you guys, 38,000 subscribers. So thankful. So far, I mean, so good. It's been 3 years, I'm still doing it. Huge thank you to you guys. Huge thank you to everyone who helped. I'm super grateful. This wasn't just me. This wasn't me going to university, getting a job. This was a team effort from all of my loyal viewers, an awesome dealership working with me, and really a whole lot of luck when it comes down to it. So, yeah. Guys, that's going to be it for this video. I just wanted to introduce this thing to you. It's been enough time. I've just been getting little video clips here and there. I wanted to get the first tow done, which it did. Fantastic. I hope that inspires some of you guys. You know, if you really love something, just go out, chase it, focus on that one thing, and you can eventually reach the pinnacle of that thing. Hope you enjoyed. Hope it was inspirational. Hope this helped you in some way, even if you're just bored. Danger Industries, Danger_Industries. That's my Instagram. Go check it out. Just a couple pictures of this thing on there. They saw it first. Sorry about that. But posting a picture is a whole lot easier than posting one of these. Also making the paddle shifters, especially in this 10-speed. It is sweet. You really do need one if you like using the manual mode. If you like the engine brake in your truck, you're gonna want a paddle shifter. And $35 Canadian, and it's shipped out. Just email me down below in the description. You'll see how to order them. You guys, oh yeah, you guys have a good day. For those of you who don't care about my ugly face and only come here to see Maxwell, here he is, playing with a stick as usual. He's being a good boy. Drop it. Drop the stick. Drop the stick.